Excellent.
All right. What is it? 1, 2, 3. Tonight is the deadline for submitting your
score. Not
I think-
everybody was off a mute, so I'm not sure it worked, but okay.
I think I wrote the time here somewhere. I don't know if I wrote the time specifically.
Yeah, it did. It says 7 p.m.
In bold and underlined with
Yes.
8 exclamation points.
An American typewriter. Yes.
That's exactly right. And they email it here, right, Randall? Or is it?
Exactly.
Cool. It won't be uploaded. It'll be emailed.
You could email it, and we should show them one more time how to upload it by dragging and dropping into the shared folder. It's on your G drive.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I have that as a later item at the end.
We can do that too. Good.
Check for the COI track drop email. There's another, it's a survey to fill out, right?
Yep.
It was sent to everyone, and it should be in your folder. For some reason, it was sent to my promotions folder, so it might be in.
I think that's 528 CDT.
Oh, you're right.
CDT.
So double check for that and make sure you can fill it out, and check all your folders.
Yeah, mine was in my promotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. So double check that. Fill that out.
This is critical information, and it has the option in there of attaching a file of your slideshow or video if you want a video to go with your track for your recording, or a score. We can have the score or the DAW also showing while your music is playing. So you get to sort of choose what representation, what is the picture that is going along with your music. And if it's your DAW, we'll show that. If you upload your score, we will mute the notation software and put in your recording on top of it. And if it's a slideshow, that's great. And you can even use, Jared, I'm thinking of you, you can even use a video clip that will go while your music is going on.
I'm going to sound cynical here, but
yes.
Do you know what the most important part of the music industry is?
The video.
How it looks.
Yep.
Yep. So make sure you have something that looks cool if you want to have it look cool.
Yep.
Okay. You'll notice me and Randall and Xander and maybe some others. Mary Kate, we're all wearing a junior composer shirt. So if you have one, go find one and don it. Otherwise,
like do that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think we're going to take the picture in.
Hey, Becca, do you have a shirt? Great. Oh, there we go. You got the one that, I don't know who has that one on.
I have that one on.
Do I have that one on? Do I have that one on? Yes, I have that one.
Which shirt do I got on?
Well, I've got 4 shirts, but don't know which one.
There's
There's a green one, there's a maroon one, and then this, what is this bottom one? I can't see it yet.
The purple one.
Hey, Randall, what's your thermostat set at?
Oh, I am sitting in air-conditioned comfort right here.
All right, moving along here.
Yeah, I can't see there we go.
We are, so make sure, this is in the Google Drive, and we'll address the Google Drive here in a moment. Make sure that you record yourself singing the COI 2020 canon. The PDF, the Muse score file, and I've uploaded a bunch of MP3s. They're all on the shared Google Drive under COI Canon 2020. And it says on a bunch of them, but it's at 100 beats per minute. So find those files. And if you want, I recorded my voice singing all that we need. You don't need to record yourself and then layer yourself singing. Just record yourself singing through one full time and then bounce it as an MP3 and upload it onto Google Drive into the same folder that you'll find all this other stuff in.
If you don't remember how to do bouncing, is there a YouTube that explains this? Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes.
How to bounce. And I think a really good thing to practice is when you bounce your MP3 of you singing, add 1 measure of blank space at the beginning. Try to do that, but if you don't worry about it. But okay, next item.
One thing, Eric,
Yes.
just to underscore, this is great practice for your real composition. I mean, canon is a real composition, but the reason this is it's both instructional, musical, and fun, is that you're going to have some practice bouncing some music tracks onto Gmail. So this is important to do for practice.
Yeah, exactly right. Because you're going to do this exact same process, and this is going to be a super simplified version, so you know what you're doing.
Yep, and this is not just an idle, oh, let's have some fun. This is actually, let's have some fun and learn something and practice something.
Can I import a M4A file, or do you really need an MP3? Because I
MP3.
did an M4A, and so if I need to, I can take it off and try and.
MP3 is the international standard mode of currency. Please use MP3.
I used a WAV format. Should I re-record?
WAV, I would encourage everyone highly to just use MP3s. They are small and they are easy to use.
Okay.
I think WAV files are almost like 8 times as large as MP3s, and if everyone uses waves, we'll have a lot more zeros and ones to deal with. Okay, so on that subject, right now, please go to the Google Drive. Please see if you can do it.
Okay.
Everybody?
I've already accessed the Google Drive.
I don't have the link. I can't find it.
What do you mean right now?
Have you not heard that, Mason? Right meow?
No,
Right now.
I see.
Yes.
I uploaded MP4 file or MP3 file of like the Muse score sound, because I tried arranging it for like a large orchestra, and then I put it up there. Is that fine? Because I can't.
Did you also record yourself singing?
No, I didn't.
You just
He recorded instruments instead of singing.
Yeah.
What do we say? Is that okay?
You're the boss of this meeting.
I'll record myself playing something.
Do you not want to sing?
No, I don't want to sing.
Record yourself playing something, because I think it's important to practice this with audio.
Does someone need a link to go to this drive?
Yeah, I'm unable to access it still.
Yeah, I don't have the link either, and I don't have a Google account. So
You don't have to have it.
okay. I know with the form for the track drop, I cannot access it without a Google account at all. It just prompts me for a login every time. So.
You actually can, but I'm going to send you a link to our shared drive.
Okay.
So hold on a second. I'm sending it as an email to you, and I'd like everyone to.
Can you send it to everybody in the camp?
I can.
Is that easy?
I'm sending it right now if I can get myself organized here. Hold on. Is that mine?
Where do we send the recording of us singing to?
There in the Google Drive, you'll find in your shared documents, shared compose COI. Here, I'll find it on my computer.
This is also not just for fun. We're doing this so we know that you can get your scores, your scores and your parts.
So
by 7 tonight.
Can you see my screen right now? Okay, so here, up in these, at least on Google, this is what I'm doing. You go up to these dots and you go to Drive. And it brings you here. I'm going to Shared with Me. I'm going to COI Composer's Shared Docs. And then you have all these things here that are shared with you. And at the top is Canon 2020. And in here is a bunch of stuff. And I'm gonna make a new folder actually. Put yourself singing here.
I am sending the email link. Oops. I can only copy one thing at a time. I see how that works. Copy. I copied everybody's email.
So
Now I'm
anyway,
copy-
that's where you're gonna go, okay? And I put a little folder here called Put Yourself Singing Here. Put it in there. And if you want to, this is myself singing it. So if you want to make sure you're doing it right, I am perfect. So just listen to that one. I'll put it in there.
All right, everybody, you should have it in the email in about 3 seconds. 5, 4 seconds.
I got it.
I got it as well.
Okay, now go there. We want to make sure that you actually have access to it.
Yeah, I do. I can get in.
Anybody else? Tell me if you don't have access, or if you don't have the email.
I don't have access or the email.
Who is that?
Landon.
Me, Landon.
Landon. Okay.
Does anyone else?
The only
Go
thing
ahead.
I can't get into is the forum.
I'll get that. I'll make sure that that is open to you. The form or the form? F-O-R-M or the F-O-R-U-M?
FORM.
Okay.
COI track drop information.
Thank you. Landon, I've got your email as with your first name and then your last name at iCloud. Is that correct?
Yes, that's one of 2 emails that I have.
Why don't you give me the other one?
Okay.
Go for
It's Landon, Landon, dot.
Oh, and I've got Gmail,
CIE.
and I've got Gmail as well.
Oh, you have that one.
I do,
Okay.
and I'm just sending
It's
sending it anyway. I sent without the link, but without a subject line, and that was sent just now.
I have an interesting conspiracy theory.
Yes.
So I didn't do it properly here. Here, maybe I can sort of.
I couldn't be found your Gmail account, Landon.
So I just unpeeled an orange. Does this shape look familiar to anybody? Does it look like anything? It's not perfect. Do you notice how it has like this kind of little curl and then it has a line and then it has a little curl at the end? Does it look like anything?
Excellent, Sam. Thank you, Landon.
Does anybody know what I'm doing here? It looks like an F hole from a violin or a cello or whatever.
Or
And
a turn ornament.
Is that, yeah, sure. Yeah. So what's interesting about this is I was unpeeling an orange and I noticed that I was like, this looks exactly like the F hole. And apparently an F hole is the exact, it's like it's a flat planar shape that if you folded it together, it would form the whole outside of a sphere.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Isn't that bizarre?
It is.
And
wow.
And the theory is oranges were being brought to from somewhere in like the 15th century or something, and it coincides sort of when F holes started being carved into violins.
Now, are you
and
making this
string
up?
instruments.
Are you making this up, or is that
I
for
said
real?
this is a conspiracy theory. Someone
Okay.
sent this to me. I posted it on Instagram, and I was like, "Look how crazy this is! It looks like an F-hole." And then someone's like, "There's this weird theory."
I have a question. How do I change my M4A to an MP3?
You don't change it to an MP3. You need to rebounce your file as an MP3.
Well, you could download a file converter.
You could do that. That's true.
A lot more work.
You can do it
You
online.
could do
You
that,
don't
but
need to download it.
okay, you could do all that, but that is sort of escaping the point. You should automatically bounce from your DAW as an MP3, and every DAW should have the capability to do that.
Yeah.
Don't reconvert it into something. Don't bounce a wave and then go on to mp3converter.com. Don't do that. Bounce it straight out as an MP3.
I was trying to do that, but my DAW doesn't have a way to export different things. I even went to your video and followed what to do, and it didn't even have an option to bounce or export.
What's your DAW?
GarageBand.
Oh yeah, it does. That's what I do.
Literally,
Yeah.
Did you Google GarageBand bounce MP3? Did you Google that? That is what you should Google.
You can just export it as an MP3. You can export the whole project as an MP3. You don't even have to bounce it.
You have to bounce it. Bounce. Do not export. Bounce.
Yes.
This is critical. When you export something, bouncing takes it from this time to this time. If you export, it doesn't honor that. You need to bounce it.
I don't have an option to bounce, but exporting is like, I mean, do I need to get a software that allows me to bounce?
Well,
or is it?
I know specifically GarageBand and Logic and Pro Tools, they use the term bounce. Reaper uses something else. FL Studio might use different terminology. Let me look.
Pretty sure. No, they do. I've never seen a bounce thing. I know you can export a section of, like you can select a section or amount of bars.
Yes, you can do that, but the whole point of bouncing is that you take the whole track length and you bounce all of the track, and you need to make sure it starts at the exact same point every time. Because otherwise, when you export, it will only export where the audio begins, and it will ignore all of the empty space at the beginning of the file. And then when people try to pull in all those files, they'll all line up at different times. So it's important to bounce and say specifically, I'm bouncing from this time to this time for every track. So it includes all the empty space. Exporting will get rid of that empty space. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes, you're being very. You have to be very specific about what you're sending. You don't just bounce or you don't transfer or export the whole project. You have to be very specific what you're picking.
And what you should.
Oh yeah.
Well, really quick, what you should do when you try doing this, when you bounce your MP3s, and MP3s specifically, remember that. When you bounce them and you see the files on your desktop or whatever folder they go to, double check that they're all the exact same length of time. That'll give you a clue as to whether or not you did this right. It should all be the exact. All the different files should be the exact same length.
I was wondering.
From when you highlight all of your tracks, you're ready to bounce it. In GarageBand, there's an orange thing that at the very top
cycle.
That will, and all you're doing is cycling. Is that right?
Yes, that's what I do. You grab the cycle at the top of GarageBand or Logic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if every DAW has that option, but Joe, GarageBand specifically does.
Okay, I was looking in file to export. I figured out a share to disk. So I figured it out.
And once you've got it highlighted, could you go through that one more time, Eric? How do you bounce it? Once you've cycled all of the stuff from the beginning to the very end.
Yep.
What are you doing?
You are bouncing. Well, the thing is, every DAW is like sort of different mechanics for this. But what it should do is it should ask you, are you going from this measure to this measure? And you'll set those parameters. And then you'll select the file type. You'll say MP3, and then you're gonna do that for 3 different things. Actually, you're gonna do that for the instrument that's being replaced. You're gonna solo that and have that be its own file. You're going to have all the other instruments so the performer can play along with all the MIDI that instrument plays along with. And importantly, actually, if you have a tempo change, you should create an instrument file that just plays a quarter note all throughout your piece.
This is for Audacity, for example. It's helpful to have that. Yeah.
Right. And actually, I would encourage that for, because Mandy was talking about this last night with you, Lore. So your performer can play along. Just create a random instrument and have it be like a clave or a tambourine, something kind of obnoxious percussion that pokes out, and just make it run through quarter notes through the whole piece. And that'll just basically be a metronome. So you'll bounce your metronome track if you have tempo changes. You'll bounce your instrument that's being replaced, and you'll bounce all the other instruments. And they should all be the same length, and you're gonna set the parameters from the beginning to the end.
Yep.
And
Randall, I have a question for you about how you want that done, not in the group chat, just sometime today.
I will. Yep. That sounds good.
Has everyone been able to access Google Drive at this point?
Has anyone not been able to access Google Drive?
That's a question.
Has anyone not been able to go to the Canon and get inside of that Canon folder, which is inside of the shared doc, COI shared doc folder, which is inside of Google Drive?
Has anyone not found the Canon folder? All right, you should be able to download any of those files onto your computer and to help you pull them into your DAW, the MP3s if you want. And you can literally sing along with them. Should we keep moving along?
Please do.
There's no theory class today.
Woohoo!
There's no theory class today. More time to compose, more time to figure out how to bounce things.
There is a salon at 11 o'clock with David Bessinen, who is a JCI alumni a few years ago. And he is going to be talking about his collaboration that was established online with an Australian songwriter and his production of video with audio, which he produced multi-track. I think it's 7 or 8 tracks of him playing with himself with video. And he'll be talking about how he did that and showing it.
So that's in 30 minutes.
Yep.
And then, were you going to say something else? I interrupted you.
No, it's good.
And then also we have a salon at 3 p.m. CDT today, and that'll be all the instructors. And I'm assuming we'll just be, what will we be doing there?
It's talking about all of this stuff right now.
That's what I thought. Okay.
It'll be talking about what you need to do. And what the purpose of doing the Canon is practice. The purpose of getting onto the Google Drive is practice. The purpose of going into the Canon folder, practice. The bouncing from whatever your DAW is into the right folder, and in this case, it'll be the Canon. And then giving you feedback. If you have problems, that's when we'll talk about the problems. But also we're going to be talking about, because Saturday and Sunday, you're on your own. You need to get this stuff done. And so we're here for you. We'll be there. We'll be here on Saturday morning. We'll have another check-in at Saturday morning. And we sort of tentatively going to be planning a check-in at noon on Sunday. But I'm not sure that's going to happen if you don't need it. So we will find out today at 8 o'clock how it went. You should have sent your scores and your parts to the various folders on G Drive. So all the cello parts go into the cello folder. All the percussion parts go into the percussion folder, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If you need to add the score so that the performer can look at the score and how it fits with everything else, please send that. If you have a DAW that you need to send to give the performer an idea of how to record, Saturday morning, those performers are going to start recording your music. And as much information as you can give them, that's what you need to do before 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock is the cutoff, not the starting upload. That's when we send the stuff at 7 o'clock. So get your uploads done at 7, and you'll be reminded how to do that at 3 o'clock today during the salon. So from 4 o'clock, when we're done with that salon, till 7 o'clock, you'll be able to do the work. And if you have problems, we'll be available for help.
I'm going to be working from noon to 6. I was wondering, should I submit it like now, or should I wait till 6 or 6:30?
Whenever you're ready.
Sooner the better, yeah.
You can, if you're ready now, upload it.
No, I'm not.
Okay. But I'm saying if anyone is ready to upload now. And then we'll know if there's a problem and we can deal with it. At 7 o'clock, it's the cutoff. 7 o'clock, you have to have the stuff uploaded by 7, not at 7. And then 7 o'clock on Sunday is when all of the presentation, that's the track drop survey that went out. You have an opportunity on that track drop survey. You can send the slideshow, the DAW, your score, so we can use that as the visual. Whatever your visual stuff is, that should be done at 7 o'clock Sunday, along with your DAW at 7. And it's 7 o'clock, not 7:59. It's 7, because we have to put the show together with all of the visuals from 7 o'clock until 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon or Monday afternoon. So that gives you some idea. Friday we need parts. Sunday we need audio, and we'll have the track drop at 1 o'clock. If you're not able to be there, it's going to be on YouTube after 1 o'clock. That makes sense? Is there any question about the deadlines?
Friday at 7 p.m., which is today. Sunday at 7 p.m. Those are the 2 deadlines.
Scores and parts today at 7 o'clock. Audio, you have to create your audio and your visual, if you want visual, by 7 o'clock on Sunday. And does everybody have access to those surveys? And if somebody doesn't, please tell me now.
I think the only things I have. Oh yeah, I just talked about making a metronome track.
Yep.
And since most everyone here will be like retrieving their audio from their performer, and they'll be blending that audio with their MIDI or electronic instruments. I had a theory class yesterday. It's on YouTube already, and it's MIDI and DAW tips about making your electronic instruments sound more, just sound more human, sound less robotic. So that'll help your final recording sound nice.
Right.
Is that it? What do you think?
I think it's time to count to 10 slowly and ask, are there any comments, suggestions, improvements, complaints, ideas, any of that?
I just wanted to say that I'm not sure who I'm supposed to tell this to, but I don't think I'm going to be using the performer. I put down my thing that I was going to be using violin, but I don't think I will be. I don't know who I'm supposed to tell that to, though.
Just now, you should tell us.
Okay, so is that good enough? Will that get that taken care of?
Let's see. Let me write a note to myself. Hold on a second. That's helpful, though. Thank you.
Yes, Xander is not using any performers.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's going to be easier for me with virtual instruments for me for right now.
No problem. Is anyone else doing things differently than they thought they were going to do?
I'm planning on using cello now.
Hold on. And that's Becca?
Yes.
Okay. Anyone else?
Planning on using cello and violin 5-string.
Who is that?
Nathan.
Is that different than you originally?
Yeah, I originally thought I was just going to use cello.
Okay, great.
He's
Anyone
making.
else?
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Eric.
It's interesting because Nathan is composing a loop, so you'll probably just play like 10 seconds or 20 seconds of something, and then he's gonna.
You know, I get paid the same whether it's if it's 6 minutes or 10 seconds. So thank you, Nathan.
Everybody wins.
Yeah.
I'm dropping out my piano.
Who is that?
Josiah.
Or
Joe.
T? Josiah S.
Yes.
I mean, I feel like I could possibly drop the marimba and keep the cello, but the thing is, I already wrote a marimba part, and I was planning on sticking with it, but I'm not really happy with how it sounds, and I don't have much time to work on it. So.
Who's this?
Josiah P.
Josiah P. Well, here's what I would suggest, Josiah P. It may be helpful to use do the track, and I believe there is a thing called magic that live performers lend a performance. In a performance, they make it sound good because that's what they're trained to do. And I would trust the performer, especially Bob. The cellist, I'm not so sure, but Bob will make it sound better. And I would let him have his hands on it. Let him put his mitts on it and see what happens. So right now you only have 2 instruments that you're using. You're using a DAW?
Yep, I'm using a DAW with my own recordings from piano.
Okay, I would suggest letting him try. And if you choose not to use it, that's okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I just started too late on my marimba part because I wrote a piece that didn't really turn out, and I started a new one like 2 days ago. And I have the cello part. It's pretty short, but I'm generally content with it. So.
And I'm going to make it sound fabulous.
Of course.
Anyone else doing something different than they might have thought of?
I'm looking through the chat here, and Florence wrote that she did not get the email.
Excellent. Thank you, Florence. I am looking at too many screens to look at the chat as well. So
she got it. She got it. Update.
Update. Is that true, Florence? Did you get it for real?
She maybe will give a thumbs up.
Yeah, please give a thumbs up.
Yeah, she says yeah, she got it.
Okay, good.
Thumbs up.
I want to make sure everybody's got it. Any other problems?
Does everyone see that? Does everyone see this?
Wow.
Wow.
Is conspiracy.
That is very incredible. I can't believe this conspiracy theory, except with my own eyes, I can see that it's true.
I'm gonna have to.
This is so weird.
Illuminati.
I think.
I'm not sure if I feel like people in Europe probably had spheres before oranges came about, you know?
Yeah, but you would never unpeel it in that way.
Well, but
how could you unpeel a circle? How would you do that? For a sphere?
I don't know. People had math.
They did have math. They were smart back in the Renaissance.
Because you could have a sphere, you could have a ball, and then you could cut paper in order to cover the ball perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
if you were good enough.
Perfectly
It's
though?
just a
Would it be
coincidence.
perfect or would it be sort of?
Well, it would be pretty good.
I think so.
Well,
I think
They
Sanders.
were just starting to make globes.
But it also could be from the orange, so I don't know.
I like the orange theory. I just
Or
like
maybe
it.
it was just a coincidence.
Now I see everybody but Jared, Jonas, Allie, and well, I've got Jared twice. I think I've got Jared twice. Could you bring your cameras on? So I want to see a show of hands. I want to verify that we've got a recording of this. So please put your picture on, Jonas and Allie. I need to see you online. Sam, thank you. Please raise your hand if you have access to your G drive. Please raise it up now. Please keep it up. Keep it up, Sam. You got it. Florence, I need to see your picture. Your picture. Raise your hand if you've got access. I still seeing your meme. Please let's see you. Becca, do you have it? Becca, do you have your Gmail or G drive? Becca, I need to see your hand. Florence, I still don't see your hand. There, I still don't see your hand. I just need to see your hand. There we go. That's all I need to see. Becca, I don't see your hand either. AJ?
I don't know what I'm raising my hand for. My
Do you have
screen-
access to G drive?
Oh yeah.
That's really all I want to see. And Josiah P, I think. Or Josiah S. Hybrid, I need to see your hand.
My hand is raised.
Please raise your hand because I'm flipping across 2 pages. I just need yes, Sam is okay. Hybrid's okay. Keep it up. Hybrid, I need your hand. Oh, I see 2 pictures of you. Okay, got it. You're only confusing me, but okay. It's 2-dimensional. All right, thank you. Put your hands down. I just wanted to have a record, visual record that everybody has access. So you're going to be able to put things into the Canon. You're going to be able to put your parts in. You're going to be able to put your audio in. We're set. We are giving you many opportunities between now and the deadlines, 2 deadlines. Today at Parts and Scores at 7, and Sunday, Parts, Scores, video, audio, whatever you want us to show during the track drop. That's 7 o'clock.
I do have one question.
Yes.
So I have a bunch of smaller parts. They all correlate to the same piece, but they're like different scores. Should I make a folder with my name on it and then name each file and put each file in there, like inside the score folder?
Are you talking about audio or acoustic?
These are acoustic. These are like each section of the piece that has a different score.
Yes.
Okay.
The answer is yes. Do
Okay.
that.
Oranges were introduced through Spain in the 8th century, and the oldest known globe is from the 15th century. Just saying.
Okay.
Work of ranch dressing.
Boy, Beano boy. And the label everything. Label everything. That's one thing we forgot, Eric.
Oh yeah.
Everything
Super
has to be
important.
label the tracks, label the parts, label your folder, label everything. Everything has to have, and it's sort of tedious, but it will lead to confusion if you do not label everything. Your name of the piece, what the instrument part is, everything.
Put all your audio files in a folder.
Yes.
Put all your PDFs in a folder.
Yes.
Put those folders in a folder.
Yes, with your name on it. Yes. Otherwise, we don't know where things go. We have many people all over the country recording, and we have many people compiling all of the information you're creating, and we need to know where everything goes. So don't forget.
Question.
Yes.
So these tracks are going to be recorded individually by the musicians. Do we get those tracks back and we put them together, or is somebody putting them together for us?
You are doing this.
So when will we get the part?
That's a really good question. I didn't think that through.
Saturday night or Sunday morning.
We are, as soon as we get them, you're going to get them. but I don't know when that's happening. We don't have deadlines for the performers. It will be Saturday night that you get everything. But I'm hoping midday, like sometime in the afternoon. We've encouraged the players, we can't tell them, but we're encouraging the players to work Saturday morning until they're done. And some people have a lot of tracks, and I think Sarah has one. So Sarah's gonna work Saturday morning. So if you've got a piano part, that's gonna be easy. If you've got a harp or a violin part or a cello part, it will be later in the day.
Would Sarah want to be my mezzo soprano?
Vivian, my voice is too low? Okay. Yes, if you want her to do it, put that information in the folder.
Okay.
Okay, I don't have we've given everybody an opportunity to ask questions. We've repeated this with a hammer. Bang, 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 bang. We've been banging it in. Mary Kate, do we have any other thing we have to say?
I have two things. The
I knew
first
that. I saw your fingers going up. Yep.
Sorry. Two things. So thank yous. You should have all gotten an email from me this morning with thank yous. Some of you have been asking about scholarships. If the name has a dollar amount next to it, that person gave you scholarship money. If it's just a staff member like Seth or Randall or Emily or Pat or someone like that, then they're just a staff member that you're thanking.
And we didn't give you any money.
And then
Could give me some money.
Oh shoot, I lost my train of thought. Oh, you'll respond to that email with what your thank you note is. Okay.
And what should they say, Mary Kate?
Oh, just to thank, if it's somebody who gave you money, it's always nice to say thank you and recognize that they gave you money. But in general, just thanking them for their support of the camp, something that you've learned,
yes.
And like what your favorite part has been.
And hopefully encourage them to do it again, because the next person will also benefit from your thank you note. Will induce them, will encourage them to be generous in the future.
And then our group picture, Sarah and Seth aren't here. Did we want to do that at 3 this? Sarah just asked if we want to do that at 3 this afternoon.
Yes.
In the salon. Okay.
Yeah.
Wear your junior composer shirt or a shirt of your choosing to the salon at 3.
And everyone should be there for at least a few minutes at 3 o'clock.
Yep.
Eric?
Yes.
Anything else?
At this point, I would say if you have any questions about figuring out how to line up your audio, bouncing your files, all this stuff, email me. You should find my email on the website. Anybody, it doesn't matter if you're my theory student or not. Just email me. I am your IT person. I will be here to talk you through the process and troubleshoot with you.
And we have other people in the wings that you don't know about who may be coming in, swooping in and helping you at the last minute.
Yes.
I'm taking off some of my t-shirts. It's getting hot in here.
Okay, so David.
All my t-shirts are at home.
Okay. I can walk down and give one to you.
David Bessinen, salon in 10 minutes, yes?
Right.
All right. See everybody there, and lessons as usual, right?
Yep.
All right. Bye.
Bye.